Hello, Homespot family. Welcome back to another creative upcycling adventure. Today, we're traveling to the sun-drenched shores of the Mediterranean to explore how you can transform everyday items into stunning garden art with that distinctive Mediterranean flair. Whether you have a spacious backyard or a tiny balcony, these ideas will help you create your own slice of Mediterranean paradise using items you might already have lying around. So grab your DIY spirit and let's turn trash into Mediterranean treasure. Make sure you watch until the end for some special tips on combining these elements for maximum impact. Transform your garden wall into a Mediterranean masterpiece with broken terracotta pots and plates. This stunning mosaic brings together shards of blue and white patterns, creating a vibrant focal point that evokes the coastal charm of Greek islands and Spanish courtyards. The beauty of this upcycled art lies in its imperfection. Each broken piece tells a story, while the earthy tones of terracotta contrast beautifully with the vivid blues, mimicking the natural palette of the Mediterranean landscape, where azure waters meet sun-baked earth. Convert discarded olive oil tins into charming planters with a distressed paint finish that captures Mediterranean authenticity. These rustic containers not only honor the olive-growing heritage of the region, but also provide perfect homes for herbs and succulents that thrive in similar conditions. The intentionally weathered appearance of these planters suggests they've witnessed countless Mediterranean summers. Their practical size makes them versatile additions to patios, balconies, or garden edges, bringing functional art to your outdoor space while celebrating the sustainable ethos of traditional Mediterranean culture. Capture the gentle Mediterranean breeze with handcrafted wind chimes made from beachcomb treasures. Driftwood smoothed by salt water paired with sea glass and azure, turquoise, and seafoam green creates a melodic garden feature that sings with coastal character. The symphony of soft tinkling sounds evokes lazy afternoons along Mediterranean shores. Each piece of wood and glass tells the story of its journey through the sea, now transformed into an artistic expression that brings both visual beauty and auditory tranquility to your garden sanctuary. Lean a weathered wooden ladder against a sunny garden wall to create a space-saving vertical herb garden. Hang terracotta pots filled with Mediterranean essentials, rosemary, thyme, oregano, and basil, creating an aromatic display that's as practical as it is beautiful. The ascending arrangement mimics the terraced gardens common along Mediterranean hillsides. Each rung of the ladder offers a different height, allowing you to arrange plants according to their sunlight needs, while the overall structure adds rustic architectural interest to even the smallest garden spaces. Honor the viniculture heritage of Mediterranean regions by transforming an antique wine barrel into a soothing water feature. The circular form and weathered wooden staves create a stunning centerpiece that brings the peaceful sound of flowing water to your garden retreat. The gentle cascade of water over aged wood creates a sensory experience reminiscent of ancient village fountains. This focal point attracts birds and beneficial insects, while the barrel's rich patina develops further character with age, connecting your garden to centuries-old Mediterranean traditions. Transform broken concrete slabs into a Mediterranean-inspired garden path with irregular pieces arranged in a mosaic pattern. The gaps between stones become perfect planting pockets for creeping thyme and chamomile, releasing aromatic scents with every footstep. This pathway mimics the ancient stone thoroughfares of Mediterranean villages where nature and architecture have melded over centuries. The combination of repurposed materials and fragrant ground covers creates an immersive sensory experience, turning a simple garden transition into a journey through old-world charm. Give vintage metal watering cans new purpose as charming planters for lavender and rosemary. Their aged patina and distinctive shapes provide instant character, while their utilitarian origins honor the practical gardening traditions of Mediterranean cultures. The rust patterns and wear marks tell stories of seasons past, bringing authenticity to your garden design. Position these conversation pieces among stone features or along garden edges where their sculptural forms can be appreciated and their aromatic Mediterranean herbs can release fragrance with each passing breeze. Resurrect discarded wrought iron pieces, be they fence segments, gates, or decorative elements, as sophisticated garden wall art. The intricate scroll work and enduring craftsmanship of these metal fragments reflect the artistic metalworking traditions prevalent throughout Mediterranean architecture. Mount these pieces against a light-colored garden wall where the ornate shadows they cast become part of the artistic display. Train delicate vines like jasmine or clematis to weave through the ironwork, creating a living canvas that changes with the seasons while maintaining its Mediterranean-inspired elegance. Reimagine a discarded wooden pallet as a space-saving vertical herb garden abundant with Mediterranean flavors. The horizontal slats provide perfect mounting points for small terracotta pots filled with culinary essentials like basil, oregano, and marjoram, creating a productive living wall. This accessible project brings Mediterranean kitchen garden traditions to even the smallest spaces. The weathered wood provides rustic contrast to the vibrant greens of the herbs, while the vertical orientation maximizes growing space and transforms a utilitarian object into a practical garden feature with old-world charm. Line garden beds with partially buried glass bottles to create distinctive borders with Mediterranean flair. The cobalt blues, reminiscent of the Aegean Sea, create striking color accents while defining garden spaces with recycled materials that catch and play with sunlight. This creative edging solution prevents soil erosion while adding unexpected texture to your garden design. The bottle's curved forms create gentle rhythm along pathways and planting areas, demonstrating how everyday discarded items can become artistic elements that reference the resourceful gardening traditions of Mediterranean communities. Transform chipped or cracked ceramic plates and bowls into charming bird baths adorned with mosaic details. The shallow vessels provide perfect bathing spots for garden birds, while their decorative patterns bring Mediterranean color and artistry to unexpected garden corners. Mount these repurposed dishes on simple pedestals of stacked stones or terracotta pots. The visiting birds add movement and life to your garden ecosystem, completing the picture of a thriving Mediterranean sanctuary where beauty and biodiversity exist in perfect harmony. stack weathered wooden crates into a multi-level planting system perfect for cascading Mediterranean perennials. This versatile arrangement creates instant height and structure, showcasing trailing plants like nasturtiums, ivy, and strawberries that spill over the edges in abundant displays. The graduated levels mimic the terraced growing systems common throughout hillside Mediterranean communities. Each crate becomes its own microclimate, allowing you to place sun-loving plants at the top and shade-tolerant varieties below, maximizing your growing space while adding architectural interest to your garden design. Rescue old metal colanders from kitchen obscurity and reinvent them as whimsical hanging planters for trailing flowers. Their built-in drainage and lightweight design make them ideal suspended containers, while their utilitarian origins bring honest craftsmanship to your garden aesthetic. Hang these distinctive planters at varying heights from a pergola or garden structure. The dappled light filtering through the perforations creates dancing shadows below, while trailing plants like bacopa or lobelia cascade through the holes, transforming functional kitchen tools into living garden art with Mediterranean-inspired ingenuity. Breathe new life into glass jars by transforming them into enchanting lanterns with copper wire embellishments. These handcrafted light fixtures capture the magical ambience of Mediterranean evenings, casting intricate patterns of light and shadow throughout your garden space. Place these luminaries along pathways or cluster them on tables for evening gatherings. The warm glow emanating through colored glass creates an intimate atmosphere reminiscent of lantern-lit Mediterranean courtyards, extending your garden enjoyment into the evening hours with sustainable beauty. Convert old stone sinks, bird baths, or basins into striking succulent displays with Mediterranean character. The shallow depth provides perfect growing conditions for drought-tolerant plants, while decorative pebbles and crushed shells add texture and reference the coastal aesthetic of Mediterranean landscapes. The enduring quality of stone provides a permanent anchor in your garden design. The contrast between the weathered, solid container and the geometric, fleshy plant forms creates visual tension that draws the eye and demonstrates the Mediterranean principle of finding beauty in the juxtaposition of different natural elements. Salvage weathered wood from old boats or docks to craft rustic garden signs with maritime Mediterranean spirit. The salt-faded planks with their distinctive patina provide perfect canvases for hand-painted garden sayings, plant identifiers, or directional markers in your outdoor space. The authentic weathering cannot be replicated by artificial means, bringing genuine character to your garden narrative. Each sign becomes a storytelling element that connects your garden to the seafaring heritage of Mediterranean coastal communities where resourcefulness and respect for natural materials are long-standing traditions. Transform ordinary metal buckets into striking Santorini-inspired planters with bright blue paint and whitewash details. This simple transformation channels the iconic color palette of Greek island architecture, bringing instant Mediterranean identity to your garden containers. The contrast between the vibrant azure exterior and the galvanized metal interior creates visual interest even before plants are added. Fill these statement pieces with silver-leaved Mediterranean plants like lavender and olive to complete the composition, creating mini vignettes that transport visitors to sun-drenched Aegean terraces. Embed colored wine bottles horizontally into garden walls to create magical light features with Mediterranean-inspired charm. When sunlight filters through the glass, it projects jewel-toned patterns onto nearby surfaces, adding an unexpected element of artistic illumination to stone or stucco walls. This creative upcycling technique transforms ordinary walls into extraordinary focal points. The bottle's various hues, amber, green, cobalt, and burgundy, reference the wine-producing regions of the Mediterranean while demonstrating how simple, discarded items can become artistic elements that interact with natural light in captivating ways. Position a weathered wooden ladder horizontally or vertically as a multi-level display for terracotta pots filled with Mediterranean herbs and flowers. This versatile garden feature provides instant height variation and architectural interest while showcasing your plant collection in an organized, artistic arrangement. The latter's rustic simplicity honors the unembellished beauty of traditional Mediterranean garden tools. Its linear structure creates a perfect framework for the organic shapes of plants and pots, demonstrating how utilitarian objects can be repurposed into garden features that are both functional and aesthetically pleasing. Collect discarded brass and copper objects, from old pots and musical instruments to plumbing fixtures, and arrange them into sculptural garden art. The warm metallic tones develop rich patinas over time, complementing the earthy palette of Mediterranean plantings with their subtle glow. These assemblage sculptures become more beautiful with age as weather enhances their natural verdigris. Position these reflective elements where they can catch and play with light, creating changing visual experiences throughout the day while adding an element of artistic sophistication to your Mediterranean-inspired garden design. Cut large metal barrels in half to create dramatic containers for olive trees or large Mediterranean specimens. These substantial planters provide adequate root space for small trees, while their industrial character creates compelling contrast with the ancient, gnarled forms of olive branches. Paint the exteriors in earthy terracotta or leave them natural to develop rustic patina over time. These statement containers anchor garden compositions with their bold scale and reference the agricultural heritage of Mediterranean regions where olive cultivation has been central to the landscape and culture for thousands of years. And there you have it, friends. 21 ways to bring Mediterranean magic into your garden using items that might otherwise end up in the landfill. What I love most about these projects is how they capture the essence of Mediterranean garden design, that perfect balance of rustic and refined, practical and beautiful. Which of these ideas was your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. And if you try any of these projects, please share your photos on social media and tag Homespot. I'd love to see your creations. If you enjoyed this Mediterranean garden journey, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to Homespot for more creative gardening inspiration every week. Hit that notification bell so you never miss our newest upcycling adventures. Until next time, happy gardening!